According to research by Gallup in May of 2023, 29% of Americans reported having been diagnosed with depression at some point in their life, and about 18% were currently experiencing depression. So needless to say, depression is very common in the United States, and these statistics don't even include all of the cases of depression that are never reported. People don't get help, they don't tell anyone, no one knows what they're suffering with. Now, if you look at the DSM-5, that's the Diagnostic Manual for Mental Health Providers, you'll see the primary identifying symptoms of depression are low mood and or a lack of interest in activities, what's known as anhedonia. Now, you might also see things like weight changes, appetite issues, sleep problems, low energy, feelings of worthlessness, self-esteem issues. Some people have problems making decisions or dealing with constant thoughts of rejection. There might be recurrent thoughts of death or suicide. And then, of course, some people have a suicide plan or even an attempt. Now, there are lots of treatments for depression, and it's important to talk to a professional, of course, if you're experiencing the symptoms I just mentioned. In my practice, I talk with people about what I call depression antidotes. So over the years, I've seen several categories emerge in depression recovery. Whether your depression is caused by stressful life events, genetics, medical conditions, or something else entirely, I'm going to share with you 12 strategies that may help with your low mood. Let's take a look at those. So first, consider a medical evaluation to explore various rule-outs. Even the best mental health treatment may not help if you're unknowingly fighting medical problems that are masking as psychological disorders. Your provider can discuss possible contributors like low vitamin D. I always say D stands for depression. There could be poor thyroid functioning, low testosterone in both women and men, low iron, female reproductive hormones that are off kilter, deficiencies of various B vitamins, and low zinc, magnesium, and or calcium. Next, it's important to exercise for endorphin release. Endorphins are the body's natural antidepressants, and just 20 to 30 minutes of moving your body releases these free and legal happy chemicals. It doesn't have to be strenuous, just move for half an hour at least. Next, drink water. Low mood and fatigue can occur well before you're dehydrated. Divide your weight in half to get the number of ounces you should be drinking each day. If you sweat a lot during the day or drink caffeine or alcohol, which are diuretics, you should drink even more water. And then if the air is dry where you live, of course, drink even more. Get enough sleep. Lack of sleep equals fatigue equals depressive symptoms, even if you're not prone to depression. Before the invention of the light bulb, the average number of hours we slept was 10. Since its invention, the average is closer to 6. Aim for an average of 7 to 9 hours per night. You can download a sleep app to see how many hours you're getting and what your sleep quality is. And just because you get 7 to 9 hours of sleep doesn't mean that it's restful. So these apps and different devices can give you more information about that. If you find that you're consistently tired after what you think is plenty of sleep, consult your doctor or a sleep specialist to discuss options for additional evaluation. Next is to socialize. Social support guards against psychological distress in a very big way. You don't have to be a social butterfly, but get out there or stay in and have someone over to visit. Even talking on the phone or virtually is better than no interaction at all. Create things to look forward to. This can be as simple as creating a family game night, cooking as a family, eating dinner out with family or friends during the week, having a date night with your significant other, going to church with someone, attending a barbecue or a pool party over at a friend's house, or throwing your own, or a staycation or vacation with friends or family. Next is eat. Low calorie intake can actually cause low energy and fatigue, which in turn affects mood. Again, even if you're not prone to depression. Food is to the body like fuel is to a car. It's a pretty simple concept, but you'd be amazed at how many people don't realize the impact of their nutrition on psychological functioning. And if you're not good at managing calories, download a tracking app to see how many you truly need. And also be mindful of your consumption of caffeine and carbohydrates. These can give you a boost or even a mood lift for some people, but what goes up must come down. So beware of that crash. Now, this isn't to say you shouldn't eat carbs, okay? Just rather be mindful of their effect. You can also offset their impact with protein. Next is to stay away from downers, such as alcohol, some strains of marijuana, and other drugs that depress the central nervous system, such as Xanax and Valium. If you're on these medications, such as for anxiety, ask your doctor about something different, such as a long-acting medication versus a short-acting benzodiazepine that can be habit-forming. If overwhelm is making you feel depressed, break down your tasks into smaller chunks. It's about eating the elephant one bite at a time. Make a list of goals and add smaller objectives under each of them that will add up to completing the task. So if it's cleaning you need to do and it feels overwhelming, tackle one room or one wall or section of the room at a time. Set a timer for 20 to 30 minutes, work on the room, and then give yourself permission to stop. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and your disastrous office or pigsty of a house won't be cleaned in one either. Next is to serve other people. Sometimes the best way to get out of yourself is to help someone else. Make today better than yesterday and tomorrow better than today by helping or loving on other people. The experience of serving someone helps offset feelings of self-pity and victimization. And then seeing the positive impact you can have in someone else's life can increase your self-esteem as well. And then talk with a professional. A therapist can help you get to the bottom of your mood issues. You might be surprised at how much relief a person can get just from understanding the origins of their depression. A therapist can also help you develop coping skills, of course, for managing your mood and make you aware of various resources that can help lift your mood. You might also wish to consult with a naturopath, a functional medicine specialist, an acupuncturist, and/or a psychiatrist regarding additional treatment options. Sometimes life is just rough and we need help regulating those brain processes. Other times our brains and bodies can play tricks on us and we need additional help to cope with problematic DNA, brain chemistry, or some other misfire, if you will. There's no shame in getting help for something you didn't ask for and can't control with mind power or sheer force of will. Think of it like anything else that can run in a family, such as mannerisms, eye color, intelligence, high cholesterol. Remember, the brain is an organ just like the heart, stomach, lungs, and pancreas. So if you've inherited diabetes from your gene pool, sure, there are things you can do to mitigate that or at least not make it worse. But sometimes, no matter how hard you try and how much you tell your pancreas to make that insulin, it's not going to do it. Again, you didn't ask for it, and you may not be able to control it on your own. And remember, just because you see a prescriber doesn't mean you have to start a supplement or medication. It's about information gathering first. Knowledge is potential power. Choices is good. Choices are good. So see what your options are. I hope you find these tips helpful. If you or someone you know is struggling with mood or other psychological issues, whether situational or chronic, help is available. If you're depressed and that leads to hopelessness or a desire to hurt or kill yourself, please get help immediately. You can call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Just dial 988 to talk to a counselor. Whatever you do, don't give up. As I said, help is available and you can get better. I see people do it every single day.